They were welcomed by the satrap, offered wine, enjoyed the feast, until they didn't. The treacherous satrap rounded them up and executed them, hoping to break the Greek army, cause their immediate surrender. The army got the news from a soldier who, holding his intestines in his hands after being slashed during the massacre, ran the distance from one camp to the other to alert them. Gruesome sight. That evening, the Greeks shivered in their cloaks, so depressed that few kindled campfires. Fewer still bothered to eat. Our boys stranded again without a leader. Things were looking extremely bad. Xenophon, a reluctant hero, seeing the army on the verge of collapse, realizing the Persians would soon overrun them, our young captain Xenophon called for a war council. He gave a speech that ignited something in those broken men, dismissing any sissy talk of surrender without a second thought. The Greeks elected new leaders, Xenophon and Chrysippus, the old Spartan. It was Xenophon who stood up and said it plainly: drop the loot, leave everything but your weapons, and march north towards the Black Sea. Now, Chrysippus and his elite Spartans would lead from the front. Xenophon would take the rear, the most dangerous position, where the Persians would be constantly hunting them. They marched in a square formation, women, children, slaves, baggage, protected in the middle. And then the Persians came, riding hard, shooting arrows, killing anyone who fell behind, mutilating the stragglers. The heavy hoplites couldn't chase cavalry on foot, and the Persians knew it. So Xenophon adapted. He pulled Cretan archers, the finest bowmen in the world, Rhodian slingers, peltastus, men who could reach out and kill before the enemy got close. He scraped together every horse and mule they had, 50 men, a cavalry detachment. Small, but enough. The Persians got cocky. 5,000 men, they came in force. Big mistake. The archers and slingers opened up first, tearing into them before they could close. And then the horsemen rode them down before they even knew what hit them. Many Persians died that day. A few were taken. Our boys got their revenge. But the march ground on, relentless, brutal. Narrow ridges, rolling hills. The phalanx square losing cohesion.
Moving!
And every time it did, the Persians were there, waiting. They finally reached the headwaters of the Tigris and found
Your
the
ground!
current too
Do
strong.
not enter the water!
Water bone-chilling deep. Someone suggested crossing on inflated animal skins, a line of floats, a tactic Alexander himself would use decades later. The Persians knew it and abandoned the chase, for now. The Hellenes reached the first Kurdish villages, empty, abandoned. They held back from pillaging, hoping to make allies of these people. That hope died fast. The Kurds fell on the rear guard that same evening. Xenophon's rear took the worst of it. He sent word to Chrysippus up front, "Halt, wait for us." The old Spartan ignored him and ran. A massive gap opened between the van and the rear guard. Xenophon was on the verge of being cut off and annihilated. His men fought their way back, tooth and nail, and linked up with the vanguard. Xenophon confronted the Spartan, and the old general just pointed at the mountains. "Look how impassable they are. The only road, they're already blocking it. That's why I didn't wait for you. I hoped to reach the pass first." They lost that race. Trapped. Mountains on all sides. They dragged up 2 local prisoners, and one revealed another passage. They fought through it. Bitter cold, constant losses, day and night. They came down the other side into a valley and hit the eastern Tigris. Persians and mercenaries waiting on the far bank. Carduchians massing on the mountains behind them. No way forward, no way back. Our boys despaired again, even Xenophon. That night, he dreamed of breaking chains. Good omen. And scouts came back with news, a crossing. They took it. They found an abandoned palace on the other side and made camp. It was November, and then the snow came. A bitter north wind blew into their faces. Snowdrifts reached 6 feet. Men and animals began to die from exposure. These were men from the sun-baked valleys of Mesopotamia, dressed for heat. Flimsy wool tunics, sandals, boots that left feet bare to the elements, toes lost to frostbite, hunger gnawing, men drifting behind and simply freezing to death. Keep in mind, this same kind of cold broke Napoleon's army, Hitler's army. These Greeks had nothing. Most men had lost all hope, even the will to survive, gone. Some begged Xenophon to kill them, death preferable to the march. He refused, and many times he beat them back to their feet, sending able-bodied men back into the snow to drag the others forward. Week after week, through the mountains of Armenia, men falling, men dying, misery endless. And then, from the rear, Xenophon heard it, yelling, the clash of shields, disorder at the front. He thought they were under attack and ran to the top of the summit. He reached the top and saw a spectacle he never thought he could see again. The sea. The men were yelling, Thalada! Thalada! The sea, and hugging each other like madmen. They had made it to their beloved sea. This phrase still gives me the chills. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe. And stay tuned for part 5 of The Tale of 10,000.